Hey guys, so Season 6 has shifted AD carry builds a lot, right? Even Masteries and Runes, but Vayne has kind of never really fit too well. Like, there's no clear best option, I guess. Anyway, one of the questions I get asked the most is how I now build Vayne. So here we go. This is my Season 6 Vayne build. I'm going to stick timestamps in the description below for my build, Masteries, Runes, and skill order, so you can skip to parts if you want to. When I was testing stuff out, I did a bunch of research first, and there seemed to be 3 builds. There was the Blade of the Ruined King build, double attack speed build, or Infinity Edge build. So bulk first gives you better dueling power, like 1-on-1, some life steal, which is really nice, and I found it's probably the best option for your lane phase. It still gives you some decent attack speed, and the extra we build after will mean we pump out damage from our W, our crits, and the bulk passive damage as well. Next up is double attack speed. This kind of became a thing when Rapid Fire Cannon and the Shiv procs stacked together, but it's still decent now that it doesn't, mainly just because attack speed increases your W damage. Your autos will hurt less here, actually quite a bit less, and you'll have roughly the same attack speed, but you will crit a lot more, like twice as much actually. Jumping into an Infinity Edge after this will give us 80% crit and will do huge amounts of damage. Last up is Infinity Edge, either grabbing it first or second. At this point you're really just playing Vayne like a normal AD carry, which he still does pretty well honestly anyway. You're relying more on your crits than anything else for your damage here, but actually your tumble damage packs a real punch with this early too, especially if you max it. So those are the 3 options, and for me the best is still option 1, pretty similar to how it was last season. It's not quite as much damage as the other 2, but it gives you a decent lane phase, a better build path for your lane, and some lifesteal. Lifesteal is so important on Vayne because she's kind of low range and often puts herself in danger to output her damage. So we get the blade first, then most likely rapid fire cannon, and why not Shiv? Well, fire cannon does more damage anyway with the proc, like more single target, but Vayne's condemn also works with the increased range when it's up. It's just a nice little synergy there. I think you can condemn from even further away, and it helps in a bunch of situations, especially actually cancelling jumps towards you. Mercurial Scimitar is actually decent now. Lifesteal AD and the QSS active, all of which we're actually going to need. With Vayne being in danger a lot and this like target printed on our back, the QSS gives us a way to survive even more and pump out the damage we have. If we are safe anyway and not being focused, Infinity Edge is really good. We are going to want that scimitar at some point honestly, like in 99% of the games I'm going to buy that, so there's no point getting a Bloodthirster really. You only ever really want 2 lifesteal items on Vayne, which means the logical choice last is going to be a Last Whisper. This is what my build looks like in most games, and if it changes it's really just the order changing. Now with this build we're looking at having some decent pressure at our blade spike and then a lot of our damage coming from our W. This is what I've been trying and finding the best at the moment. Korea actually maxes their Q first completely, but I didn't find it that great, so I've gone 3 points into Q and then swapped to maxing my W. Q is better for lane trading and getting our stealth up more, so it gives us a kind of nice spike when we finish our blade, and we can fight pretty well after that point. What about runes and masteries? Masteries, we've got 3 choices: Thunderlords, Fervor of Battle, or Warlord's Bloodlust. Thunderlords is going to be the best for the lane phase honestly. It gives you great trades, but you won't really notice it late game too much. Plus actually precision was nerfed in the last patch for the armor pen side, so there's even less point going down there now. Fervor of Battle is really good for attack speed builds because we're building attack speed instead of AD, and this gives us the AD we're missing. This is probably more late lane phase to mid game though, I guess, and then if we go from the mid game to late game, Warlord's Bloodlust is disgustingly good. It gives us health back and attack speed, so it gives us more damage and lets us do that damage for longer. I think this is probably the best choice late game for sure. We'll be critting a lot and people die before we can stack Fervor of Battle anyway. My opinion though is Warlord's Bloodlust is probably the best, followed closely behind by Fervor of Battle now. Runes, I have 2 pages for Vayne, but only the blues change. 80 reds, armor yellows, attack speed quints are going to be your standard. For blues in hard matchups, I'll run full magic resist. This is pretty pussy actually, but against like a Zyra or a Brand, you're going to need it to survive. In most of my games though, what I do is I run 5 attack speed blues and 4 magic resist for the extra damage and still having some defense there in case like you do have an AP support or if you fight their mid laner for example. So there you go, my build, skill order, masteries and runes for Vayne in season 6. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, bit different, but remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll catch you in my next video.